It's been a long, long journey, but we're finally here. Duke is right up those stairs. And now this begs the question, who exactly are we going to bring into this fight? My main character is Yuri, so he's definitely in. And I'm not fighting without a healer, so Estelle is my choice for the second slot. But I think I need a little help on deciding the last two people to bring into the party. So you know what? I'll leave it up to you guys. Who should the last two party members be for the upcoming battle? But before you jump out and blurt an answer out and pick your favorite character, remember that each character has their own reason for being here with their own personal story wrapped up in all of this. Just to start from the top, Repede was with us from the very start of the adventure. He's Yuri's sidekick and stuck with him through thick and thin. He's the loyal hound that supports Yuri in any situation he might find himself in. Besides that, he's a freaking dog who smokes a pipe. How awesome can you get? Next up is Karol. Hands down, I will say this over and over and over, and I know I already have, but he, hands down, has had the most character development out of anyone. And when I say anyone, I mean out of any game in existence. Okay, maybe not that much, but you have to admit, he has had a lot of character development. He started out as that wimpy coward who couldn't do anything right from the very beginning of the adventure. He was nowhere near suited to be a member of a guild, let alone the leader of one. But as time went on, he kind of learned how to grow into his role as leader, and he finally grew some balls. He's completing the biggest adventure of his life and proving himself to be a capable leader and a hero, which is pretty cool for a little 12-year-old. I think he's 12, right? Right? Yeah, he's 12. Next up is Rita. She flings freaking fireballs everywhere, and she's just that quirky, violent chick. She started out as a massive, Blastia-obsessed freak that nobody liked, but if you think about it, she's having to say goodbye to something that she held very dear in this battle. I mean, we're fighting to destroy all Blastia. She even referred to Blastia as her siblings at one point, and now she's fighting to destroy them. It's kind of a big jump for her, since she pretty much only related to Blastia at one point. And now on to Judith. She was in on this since the get-go. All this time, even before she joined the party, she was fighting to destroy the Hermes Blastia with Baul. This will complete what she set out to do in the first place. She's come full circle, cleaning up after her father, Hermes. And Raven. Raven. He's been with us since the start of the adventure, even when we didn't realize it. I mean, think about it. Yuri and Repede aside, he's been with us the longest, or rather we've known him the longest. He was kind of always there, walking a thin line between differing sides as both the perverted clown we know, and as captain of the Imperial Knights. He lived and died in the Great War, only to be brought back to life by Alexei's hand. However, he abandoned his debt to Alexei, and the name Schwann Ulterain, since his life now belongs to brave Vesperia. With his experience in the war, Raven knows Duke and his legend best out of everyone in the group. Well, I've run through pretty much everyone that you can possibly pick to be in the party. Remember, you'll only get 2 choices since I'm bringing in Yuri and Estelle. But you know what? I'd like to run by the last 2 people in the party because it wouldn't really be fair if I just left Yuri and Estelle out of this whole flashback thing. So starting with Estelle. She started out as that naive, prissy little noble who didn't know anything about the world, and looking back, she was sheltered to the point that it was straight up ridiculous. I mean, she didn't even know how to do a high five. Really? What, people in the castle don't know how to have a good time? Jeez. But you know, after a while, she began to change. She searched and searched for her purpose, and she slowly became acquainted with the ways of the world. Her connection with all of this is unmistakable as well. I mean, she's the child of the full moon, the poison to the Entelekea, and the one whose life was to be sacrificed to save the world. And Yuri has just been that one awesome dude from the start. He left the Imperial Knights and turned his back on the Empire, laying down his own sense of justice on the villains in the world. He's been the father figure of Karol, his mentor of sorts, until that cowardly little kid is ready to take on the leader position in its entirety. He's the wolf who isn't so alone anymore, despite the different times that he's tried to fix things on his own. He's finally changing the world in a big way, and influencing the Empire at its core. Something that he's been trying to do for so long. And there you have it. Everyone has come a long way, and they all have a reason to confront Duke. The world is at stake. All the different places we've visited, all the different towns are depending on this ragtag group of heroes. And I need your guys' help on deciding which two get to participate. Just leave a comment with the two characters you want to see fight. The description will have information about the deadline. Next time, we head up those stairs and change the world of Tercalumeres forever. And to think, this whole adventure wouldn't have happened if that stupid fountain didn't break.